At first, it doesn't sound that bad. 1 centimeter is tiny, barely noticeable. But after 10 seconds, you're already 10 centimeters shorter. After 1 minute, you've lost an entire meter in height. The world around you isn't changing, you are. Your clothes start to loosen. Your shoes slip off. The floor feels closer, and suddenly, the furniture looks enormous. You try to laugh it off, but in less than a minute, you're the size of a child. Your voice sounds strange, higher, lighter. And the cat staring at you from across the room no longer looks cute. It looks dangerous. 2 minutes in, you're only 10 centimeters tall, smaller than a smartphone. The air feels heavier. Each breath becomes harder because your lungs are shrinking faster than the air molecules around you. Oxygen, which was once invisible, now feels thick and unmanageable. You're cold. You're gasping. The world isn't built for something this small. At 3 minutes, you're the size of an ant. The carpet fibers under your feet rise like tall trees. A single drop of water could crush you like a boulder. You look up, and the world you knew has turned into a vast jungle of impossible scale. The dust floating in the sunlight looks like meteorites drifting through space. Even the sound of a clock ticking feels like thunder. 4 minutes in, you're only a few millimeters tall. You could hide inside the grooves of your fingerprint. Air currents can throw you across the room like a tornado. The smallest vibration feels like an earthquake. You're invisible to the human eye now. You're still shrinking, and fast. By 5 minutes, you've entered the microscopic world. You're smaller than a grain of sand. You can finally see the surface of everything, not smooth, but rough and mountainous. Each dust particle looks like a floating asteroid. A droplet of water is now a shimmering blue planet. You can see cells, bacteria, even strands of DNA twisting like glowing ropes. You've left the human world behind. But the laws of physics no longer behave as they did. Water doesn't flow, it clings. Light doesn't move in straight lines, it scatters. If you could look closely enough, you'd see atoms, tiny, shimmering clouds of energy, constantly vibrating. You are now smaller than a virus. Smaller than DNA. Smaller than atoms themselves. 6 minutes in, you've reached the atomic scale. You've entered a world that defies logic. Solid matter no longer exists here. Everything is empty space, vast gaps between nuclei and electrons. You could pass through them without touching anything at all. But as you continue shrinking, your atoms can't hold together anymore. The forces that once bound your body begin to fail. Your molecules break apart. You dissolve into particles, electrons, protons, maybe even quarks. And then, nothing. You're gone, smaller than anything science can measure. Would you fall into another dimension? Would you enter a new universe hidden within every atom? Or would you simply vanish, erased by the limits of physics itself? No one knows. But think about this. If shrinking endlessly could take you beyond the known universe, then maybe, inside every particle, there's another world waiting to be discovered. And maybe, somewhere out there, someone else is looking up, wondering, what would happen if they grew 1 centimeter every second? Navetta2799 at aupvs.com